Now, school is about to be back and you realize you haven't done shit. You haven't even improved mentally or physically. You haven't even improved your mindset or anything like that. You've just been doing the same routine, waking up, scrolling on TikTok, playing some video games, watching bullshit YouTube videos, and just wasting time, going to sleep late, going to sleep at like 4 o'clock and waking up in the afternoon. Just repeating the same routine because it's so fucking comfortable. When was the last time that you went outside and just touch some grass? Nah, literally answer this question. When was the last time that you actually went outside, felt how nice the grass was? You could be a totally different person right now, but you just choose to be comfortable. You choose to not face discomfort. Literally, you could have just went back to school and just interact with more girls or even get a girlfriend, but you decide approaching girls and learning from your mistake was just too uncomfortable. You rather stay comfortable. Discomfort just leads to growth. That's what you need to understand. Like, I want you to name any successful person who isn't daddy's money or anything like that hasn't went through some level of failures or discomfort to get to the position they're in right now. There's none. So I remember back in middle school when I just like moved from a totally different district. I moved from this one district that was like across the town and I moved to this new district, and everything around me was just different. The way people talk, the way people act, these kids were, let's say, kind of wild. There was like a fight every single week, so I wasn't kind of used to the environment. And I was a teenager going through puberty, and I realized there was a gender called girls, and I wanted to try my luck and see how that went. I was pretty confident that I could actually get girls for some reason. No one was like brutally honest in my old school to like smash away the fake confidence that I had, which I didn't deserve at that time. So there was this girl that I was having a crush on for a while now. It was like 3 months. I didn't say nothing to her. Keep in mind, I'm this confident guy that could grow girls, but I didn't say shit to her. So we rode on the same bus, right? And one day I decided that I wanted to like cut in front of her and try to interact with her or speak to her. So we were all getting off the bus to enter the class. And when I tried to cut in front of her, I just mistakenly bumped into her. So I shoved her, right? And she kind of fell backwards to the seat and she got pretty mad. And she said something in the line of, "And he is ugly as fuck." My mind kind of just ignored the other parts of this shit that she was saying, but she said something in the line of, "And he's ugly as fuck." And that shit just stuck with me forever. So my confidence went from 100 to 0 in just a matter of seconds. And I spent my whole 7th grade middle school year not having confidence to be able to interact with girls because I didn't want to feel that discomfort again. I didn't want to just feel that pain in my heart again. I remember it being May 25th when it was like summer break and the teacher were like all waving at us, happy that we were fucking leaving the school, and it was all summer break. Every kid was happy, right? I was on the bus looking outside the window. I was just seeing couples after couples. I was like, fuck, this is making me sad. And I decided at that moment that I wanted to change no matter what happened. Did you think I changed? No, I just repeated the same shit I was doing last summer, just the same routine of just playing video games, scrolling on TikTok, and just wasting time and going to sleep late. I didn't try to like do anything uncomfortable so it can lead to growth. I was way too comfortable for any growth to occur. I was just watching an absurd amount of Netflix, just binge eating, just wasting time, not trying to improve or even learn anything. I thought I was like some kind of dude that was above the law or some shit like that didn't really need to learn anything. Till I decided to drop all my bad habits. I stopped playing video games. I decided to just stop going to sleep late, just watching YouTube mindlessly, just consuming social media. I decided to drop all those bad habits. And of course, it was uncomfortable. I wasn't comfortable, but it led to me becoming a better person. I literally started like some sort of business, like a dropshipping business, right? And I was kind of making some profit from it. I literally 2x my gains at the gym and I became the man that is sitting in front of you right now. So enough about me. Let's talk about how you can improve yourself and not have another summer wasted, because you probably have already seen those back to school ads. You're starting to get depressed. The first thing you need to do is cut off all those bad habits. Cut off all your bad habits. Mindlessly scrolling, going to sleep late, scrolling on TikTok, social media, playing GTA, playing video games. Cut off all those bad habits because they're keeping you comfortable and it's making you weak. But you might be asking, how exactly can you cut off all these bad habits? I'm going to show you 3 tactics that you can use. The last one is pretty psychopathic, but there's like a lot of research that actually backs how effective this is. And Tim Ferriss, you probably know him, he actually uses this tactic as well. Number 1 is the willpower method. Willpower is just like your muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. Let's say I'm a social media addict and I'm addicted to like watching YouTube and stuff like that. I wouldn't simply just delete YouTube on my phone. It's pointless because I'm not fucking stupid. I can just download that shit again. I would just consciously just look at it, use my willpower to not fucking click on the app and just mindlessly just watch videos until that willpower runs out. And don't bullshit yourself. You know when your willpower actually runs out. The caveat to this method is that it might take a while to develop a strong enough willpower to cut off all those bad habits that you have, which brings me to my next method of just simply replacing those bad habits with something else. Psychologists, researchers have actually backed up how effective this method is. So for example, instead of me just laying around and playing video games, I would just go to the gym instead, because all that time I will allocate to playing video games will just be spent at the gym or just read a book. Now the last method, as psychotic as it might be, this will literally kill all your bad habits because it links your bad habits to pain, and humans try as much as possible to avoid pain, because the three main reasons humans do anything is to achieve a sense of importance. Think about why you bought that new shoes, although you probably didn't really like it, but everyone likes it so you bought it. Or why you bought an expensive car that is so big. This is because you need a sense of importance. And the second thing is that humans want to be able to reproduce, just find mates and reproduce. So humans do actions that get them closer to doing that. And the last thing is to avoid pain. Maybe you will get a job at some restaurant you don't like just because you want to be able to afford your bills or your house bills. So this item I'm talking about is called the Pavlok. If you're like 14 and don't really have a job, I'll pretty much ignore this part of the video because it's like $149. If you can't afford that, just use the other tactics I've been talking about in this video. How it works is that if you do a bad habit, the device will literally shock you. Yes, it's psychotic and insane, but this stuff really works. I have a link. You can check it out in the description below if you want to learn more about it. Now, the second step to save your summer is start to face discomfort. Discomfort can be different for everyone. Let's say you're a guy with social anxiety. You can face your discomfort by just simply making a conversation with someone. Yes, it might hurt, but this hurts comes from the fact that your caveman brain, the amygdala, feels as if it's getting rejected from a tribe. Modern day discomfort stems from the caveman real problems. For example, if you approached a girl and asked her for a number and she rejected you, in reality, she might have a boyfriend or she simply wasn't interested in you, but the caveman part of your brain will see this as you failing to reproduce and passing on your genetics and keeping the human race alive. That's why it hurts so much. So every day you want to face discomfort in any area you struggle with, because this will lead to you growing as a person. Hope you enjoy and like the value that I've provided for you in this video. If you do, you can help me by just subscribing and liking that video so it can be pushed to more people. Thank you. Goodbye.